Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be going to a bazaar. So I'm currently in my car, obviously. I'm going to go pick up one of my friends who lives near this bazaar that has like a bunch of like trinkets and furniture and like vintage, you know, knickknacks and stuff like that. I'm not sure about whether they have many clothes or anything, but yeah, I'm obviously down to always go to like one of those huge curated like vintage warehouses and stuff like that, and I haven't been to this one in Melbourne yet, so I'm very excited about that. So hopefully we can find some good pieces, but the plan is that if we don't find anything there, then we're just gonna go to the nearest op shop or, you know, thrift store or something like that, because I know that she is looking for some really specific things. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out the whole day and see what we find, basically. I have to go fill up my car now, so I'm gonna go and do that, and I will go and pick up my friend Bonnie. So we have arrived at Waverley Antiques Bazaar, but before we go in, we have to do a little fit check, obviously. Also, Bonnie today is specifically looking for a black blazer and some pink Wedgwood plates, while I am looking for vintage medical equipment and honestly any like antique or vintage clothes. This place is... I was so excited to see what was in here, and I was very lucky that I came with Bonnie because she had a system for like which aisle you should start at. So we started off at the far left aisle, and literally the first thing I saw was a taxidermied rattlesnake and then two of the most stunning lampstands ever. This stall was all fragrances and candles and stuff, but the scents were really unique. There was like racing fuel, dragon's blood, poison, and antique library. I was really excited about this specific stall. I saw it when we walked in, and it had lots of vintage clothes from the 60s up until the 90s, I think. I know that I'm not engaged or anything, but my jaw literally hit the floor when I saw this stunning 1950s wedding dress. I was praying that it would fit me so that I could wear it to my wedding in the future. Bonnie did actually find a black blazer pretty quickly, and it had an asymmetrical button closure detail to it, but it didn't fit her, so she gave it to me to try on. Although that one was a little bit disappointing for her, she did find this insane Matrix Neo coat. It was literally perfect. She loves the Matrix so much, so that instantly went into the cart. This skirt was just labeled unusual skirt, so I thought, why not? Let's try it on. I honestly don't have any taxidermy at the moment because a lot of it is like unethically sourced and a bit questionable, so I try to just stick to entomology pinnings in this case. Okay, this is such a terrible video that I got because it's through a cabinet, but this is actually a vintage medical device. It was used to spray medicine into the back of people's throats and up their noses. Very cool, but I actually looked online and there are much cheaper ones on eBay. Bonnie found this adorable trinket dish, and I love the fact that she only dresses in black, but then her whole house is pink, so everything she finds will only ever be black or pink. There were a few other medical items crammed into this cabinet here. There was a stethoscope, but it was like $65, but I also spotted this old blood pressure cuff and pump, but they're always out of my budget. These shears were not out of my budget though, and I loved how old they looked, and the handle was different to any other scissors or shears that I have found, so I figured that I would pick them up. I was so glad that I found this table because I actually have this entire set of plates from thrifting them over the last like year or so, but I'm still missing the bowls, so I obviously had to pick those up. All right, now probably onto my best find, even though I didn't actually know what it was at the time. This thing was just labeled medical device, and I had no idea what it was, but don't worry, I did some research, I figured it out, and I will reveal what this is during the whole portion of this video. I immediately sent a photo of this Harley Davidson belt that is also a whip to Bo. He then told me not to get it because it was like $70. My mom actually collects interesting mirrors like this, especially vintage ones, so I instantly purchased this one for her. You guys know that I love teeth so much. I'm always looking out for real human teeth or animal teeth, so these anatomy models aren't really what I'm looking for, but still really cool. This stall was amazing. Bonnie and I looked through every single item here, even though it was all very expensive, so we left a lot of stuff behind. There were 2 pairs of shoes in my size. There were these Mary Janes and some gorgeous beaded kitten heels. I then found 2 incredible Laura Ashley velvet dresses. I don't actually have anything from this brand. They're quite difficult to find in the wild, but I really love how simple and elegant they are. I picked up the one on the left to try on because I loved the square neck and the embroidered details on it. Bonnie also pointed out this jacket that she thought would match a skirt that I thrifted recently, and I did consider getting it to try on as well. I loved this 80s prom dress. It definitely wouldn't fit me, but the red textured velvet was so gorgeous. Then came across this magazine that was low-key intriguing because was Elvis a great lover? I would like to know. I then stumbled upon this stall, which was a huge mistake because I could have easily spent like $1 million on all the stuff that this seller had, including some stunning framed gold and brass bugs. It was very difficult not to get like a huge beetle to put up in our house, but I did pick up some fake teeth just like for the sake of it, honestly. This little duckling did look a little bit messed up, I'm not gonna lie, but she absolutely captured my heart. She was so hard to leave behind. They even had a beetle in the exact same frame that I have tattooed on my leg, and it was the same size too. I very nearly got a frame magnet too, but I convinced myself that I could just make my own. I probably can't, and I don't know why I thought that. Another heartbreaking putback was this first aid kit box. It was empty and priced at $45, so I just couldn't really justify it just for it to like sit in my house and look cool. If this belt had silver hardware instead of gold, I think I definitely would have bought it. I loved that it had 2 buckles on it, and it would have been a really cool accessory to add to any like boring dresses that I have. Act natural. This whole stall was full of incredible framed bugs, but buying framed bugs now that Beau is into bug pinning feels kind of wrong, so I just left those behind. We did find some pink Wedgwood. Bonnie was so happy and she fell in love with the little heart-shaped plate. Honestly, I think she should have just bought the whole collection. This is why people can't go thrifting with me. I will 100% enable you into buying anything that you want. Okay, I had a few things to try on. By the way, I don't know why every like bazaar and antique shop doesn't have carts. This is the only one I've been to that has carts and baskets. I don't know why they don't all have them. First, I tried on the blazer and honestly, I really loved it, but I wasn't sure if I'd actually wear it very often, and it was priced at $125 as part of a set, but we could not find the other part of the set, so this just ended up going back. The skirt was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. It did fit really well, but I did have to be picky so I don't spend too much money. So yeah, I ended up putting that back as well. Bonnie then tried on her Matrix coat and look how sexy hot it is. Oh my god, it's just like Neo's one from the movie and it fits her perfectly. Obviously she has to get it. The Laura Ashley dress was very pretty and it fit me relatively well, but the fabric had no give, so I wouldn't be able to sit down or, you know, move very much in it. Also, it was like $100, so I'm glad that I had to put this back. The wedding dress also did not even remotely fit me because I'm not built like a 1950s woman. Surprise, surprise. I was able to check out all of my trinkets though, and now I'm gonna take you guys thrifting with me the day after this. Straight out of the gate, found an absolute banger. I love these wooden prayer hands. They would be going, I think, in our bathroom, maybe? Yeah. Beau felt the need to buy this bunny. She is very cute, to be fair, so I'll allow it. I just keep attracting pretty wedding dresses for some reason, and the neck and sleeves on this dress were so stunning, it had to go into the cart. Honestly, don't ask me about this dress. I don't know why I liked it, but I'm trying it on anyway. I gasped when I found this dress because I actually had this exact dress until very recently. It fell apart while I was at a goth club and Beau was absolutely devastated it was ruined because he loved it. So of course I found the exact same one. Again, I'm gonna apologize. I think that there were worms in my brain this day because I could not tell y'all why I picked this dress up. Maybe for the back detail? I was honestly just attracted to this dress because of the heart buttons. I'm not a huge fan of circle skirts like this, but the brand tag was also very cute. In the shoe section, we did have some heat. I didn't get these, but that red color really gets me every time. I'm not a wedge person, but you can't tell me these aren't so adorable and would be like so perfect for summer. Imagine how perfect these kitten heels would be if they weren't disintegrating. I was really hoping that this backless velvet dress that I found was in my size and was comfortable because it would be so perfect if it was. I then found these pants for Beau that he immediately bought without even trying on. He loved them. While I was waiting to try everything on, I just had to pick up this velvet scarf, and I also found this huge like amulet looking red pendant. The wedges did not fit me at all, but I'm not that upset about it because I feel like I probably wouldn't have worn them anyway. Okay, the vest did not fit. It was way too big, and the back fabric was so ugly. No thank you. The lace dress was a little bit too big, but I feel like I can easily fix that with a belt or cinch clip. Nope, moving on. This dress was giving like sexy train conductor, I don't know, with like the stripes and everything. I don't know what was going on with the neckline. It looked like it should have been either much higher or much lower to fit like under the bust entirely, so it was just very awkward. This one was just a little bit boring. I don't know, I didn't really like the collar, honestly, until I put it up like this and made it like a high neck, but that wasn't enough to save it for me. Unfortunately, this white dress was far too big and sheer as well. It would have been way too hard to adjust the sizing, so I just ended up leaving this for someone else. Okay, can I get a little commotion for this dress, please? It fit me so nicely. I was literally dying. I cannot wait to wear this, and it's comfortable and stretchy. Oh, it's perfect. Anyway, I ended up putting back a bunch of stuff, but I also bought a lot over the last couple of days, so let's go home and do a haul. Okay, I feel like I kind of owe you guys a little bit of a haul because I not only have stuff from the days that I went thrifting into the bazaar, but I have a couple of other things that I want to show you guys as well that are just like so perfect. So I'm gonna get into the stuff that you guys would have seen, and then I'll end on the stuff you won't have seen. Okay, starting off with these bowls because they're a little bit boring, but I love these bowls. They're from the brand Arcaroc. They're a French brand, and I just call them goth bowls or goth plates or whatever, and I've actually thrifted the rest of this collection. You guys would have seen the whole collection in the video that I took at the bazaar. I have everything else except for bowls, so I picked up a couple of these. Yeah, I'm very happy that I have found the other two, and they were half price. They were $4 each. And then on the inside of the bowls, I have put the teeth that I got. Very disappointingly, the teeth, when I pulled them off the little glue strip that they were attached to, they ripped off like some of the cardboard and some of the glue, so I'll have to clean them or like put them in like acetone or something to get that off, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet. I will probably make them into something. Bonnie, who does my nails, she is an incredible nail artist, by the way. She suggested that I get them so that she could actually attach them onto my nails, and like if that isn't like the most perfect idea ever, then I don't know what is. Speaking of teeth, I also have these two dog teeth. My mom's dog, Ebony, who is also like my sister, I mean, she's like 15 and I grew up with her, recently got some dental work done and they had to remove two of her like entire teeth. My mom obviously was hanging on to those so that she could give them to me. So as of this video releasing, they're currently degreasing and macerating in a jar in my kitchen. Next thing I got, this is probably a little bit boring because they're just like pruning shears, but I think that the mechanism on these is like so interesting. I love a good pair of shears, good pair of scissors. I have a whole wall that's dedicated to like scissors and shears and stuff like that, so I figured that this could go on the wall as well. They're very heavily used, which I always look for. I love when something is vintage and it looks like it has been used a million different times, and yeah, I couldn't pass these up. They were like $10 or whatever, and just listen to that. Don't you love that sound? Now moving on to this thing. So when I was in the store, I didn't know what this was, but it was marked as just like medical instrument, and I was like, well, I have to get it. It was $3. So it is actually a mouth gag, specifically a Davis Boyle mouth gag. And these are specifically used for tonsillectomies, which I think is really, really interesting. I have never seen something like this before. It comes with these two extra parts, and these are actually called tongue blades. I thought that they would just be tongue depressors, but they are tongue blades, and the person that was selling this had this on the wrong way, so I was like a little bit confused, but now that I have it together, it does make a lot more sense. I'm probably gonna put in a video to show you guys like how it's used, because there's no way that I'm putting this in my mouth. All the rubber is like disintegrating, and it obviously has not been cleaned ever. So basically this part would like hook onto your teeth, and then this part will go all the way back into your throat like that, and then you press this thing down and you can move this up I'll move it down, and it kind of like winches your jaw all the way open. I think that is so cool and so interesting. I've never heard of these before. I still have my tonsils, unfortunately. I wish that I didn't. When I was looking into it, a brand new one goes for like $800, so that's kind of crazy. This was $3. Okay, moving on to clothes now. This isn't really clothes, it's just jewelry, but I did end up getting that huge amulet looking necklace. I think it's very cute. It's obviously not very well made. I think it's just like painted glass, but honestly, that's fine. Okay, and then I obviously got this like amazing, gorgeous, I want to call it a scarf, but I'm probably going to be wearing it more as like a shawl or whatever, like just around my shoulders. The tassels on the end and like the red paisley pattern that it has on it is definitely giving like 70s Stevie Nicks vibes. Like I could definitely throw it over my shoulders and do some like very fun spins around in it. But yeah, I couldn't pass this up. And then finally, from the things that you guys would have seen before I show you a couple more pieces, there was no question about it. I had to get this dress. This dress is so stunning. It's giving like Morticia Adams vibes. I know that she didn't have like technically a backless dress, but it is just so beautiful. It's shaped to my body really nicely. The neckline is stunning. From the front, it's like a boat neck, and from the back, it has like a deep V. So yeah, I think that is literally gorgeous. It's so stunning. It actually looks really cool with the red necklace as well. It's from the brand Guava. Sure, why the hell not? Okay, now onto the pieces that you wouldn't have seen me thrift. I found this dress, and originally on the rack, I was like, I don't know if I'm really feeling that. It's from the brand Caroline Morgan, so that tells me that it is a bit better than just like Shein quality. And yeah, it is really, really gorgeous actually. I got it specifically because in summer, I really struggle to wear more alternative pieces because it is just so hot, I can't function. So I just kind of throw my aesthetic out the window a little bit when summer comes around, so that I don't like die of heat stroke or whatever. But this is a really nice, soft, breathable, thin material, and it has a backless moment to it. It has a little slit in the front as well, and it really is giving like goth beachy vibes, which I never see, honestly. Seeing a goth at the beach is like honestly kind of jarring. I'm like, are you allowed out in the sun? Are you gonna like burn to death or something? So yeah, I guess I'm kind of looking for pieces like this that I could wear in like a nice warm climate, like if we were on holiday. So yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with that. And to think I wasn't even going to try this on. Okay, and then we have our last piece, and it is so unique. This little mini dress here, it is this stunning like red tweed kind of fabric. It's from the brand Betu, which I have not heard of before, but it looks like a little 60s like mod dress, and it has all these like press stud closures to it. So then the neck is even more unique. Like I've never seen a collar that folded over on itself like that. You had to kind of clip together. I love the length of it. I love the big black buttons on it. Although I do need to figure out how to wash this because I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna make it shrink or something. All right, well that does bring us to the end of this video. I am so happy with everything that I got. I'm like absolutely flabbergasted at the medical tool that I was able to pick up, as well as the dresses that I got. I'm like, I'm obsessed with them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also thank you for 16,000 followers. Are you actually kidding me? It's not like computing in my head that there are actually that many of you that care about my videos. So yeah, thank you so much. If you liked the video, then give the video a like, and if you liked me, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Don't have to though, no one's holding you hostage. Yeah, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.